Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp near Kingston, Ontario, and I'm going to share how to do some quick scrapbook pages using pocket pages. So these plastic little sleeves are one of my favorite ways to scrapbook because you can just slip in the photos, cut them down to fit in the pockets if you need to fit those 3x4s, and then just pop in some memory more cards, or you can use your own, like create your own 3x4 or 4x6 cards. So I'm going to switch us over to show you the project and we'll get creating. So here's our 6x8 album, and it has this little tab so you can put in like you can write on this little piece of paper or add another piece of paper. You can color code it if you want, even to put the date and the time or whatnot. I'll show you a layout here in a few minutes at the end of the video, so stick around. So then I have these cards from the What a Year Memories and More card pack. Now I keep my card packs in these stamp cases. So there's 3x4 cards here. So the whole bunch of different colors. And I love the rainbows. And then there's the 4x6 cards. So I've just gone through and picked out my favorites out of all of them. So these are what we have. And I'm going to slide those off for now. We also have in the pack these sticker sheets. So you can see there's some numbers and weeks. So you could use this pack kind of like a week in the life type deal. So if you're taking lots of photos, you could document your weeks or the days of the month or something like that. So then these are pocket pages. So there's a 6x8. There's 4 3x4 pockets. There's 2 3x4 with the bottom 4x6, 2 4x6s. So you can get 4 4x6s in here, one, the front and the back. And then we have a 4x6 at the top and 2 3x4s at the bottom. So I've already gone ahead and put all my photos in. So here's the first page. And with it being plastic, there is a little bit of a glare from the light, so I'm sorry. And so I have these photos in, and then the back here. And I have a tip for you in just a moment on how to cut these 3x4s. So you get Tony the Tiger air balloon, hot air balloon right in the center. And then, oh yeah, and the next page is this. So we go like this, and then this flips over, and then this one goes here. And then there's some more photos on the back. So these photos are from a hot air balloon festival of some sort from 95, 96, I don't know, somewhere in there. All right, so to start the page, we have this Hi There card. And I love just that little pop of pool party with the evergreen, evening evergreen. So we have this. My friend did not want her picture taken. I don't blame her. And then on the back here, we have Here Is the Story, is where I'm going to put in some of the words for the day. Now, I don't know if I'm going to add anything to these pages, but we're just going to set it off to the side for now. And then we have, actually, I know what I was going to do. I wanted to use Remember This. So there's a couple different ways. I'll come back to this in a minute. All right, so then we have this, and I like the smile, 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 but that's what I was going to do. Okay, so the smile, 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 I want to put it here, but I didn't like the back because it was pink, happy day. I wanted to use this for journaling, not the Here Is the Story one I put in there. So the back of this is pink flowers. So what I've done is, instead of putting these photos back to front, I'm going to slip in this smile, smile, smile here. I'm not going to do it all the way because I want to decorate that up. And then this one with the pink flowers is just going to hide behind that photo. So then when I flip this over, you can see Remember This, and I'll fill in the details here. I may even have a ticket or something from that day I don't know. If I don't get any details, I'll just make up some details. All right, so let's get back to decorating this up. So I wanted to use some of these little flower stickers right here. So I don't even have to stamp or die cut. See, they're already die cut, they're already colored, all ready to go. And you can use some dimensionals if you wanted on the back so that it's kind of popped up. So I'm going to do that. We're going to put this. Oh, wait, that's the same color. Let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want to do red? What do I have going on here? Let's do the blue. So the blue I'm going to pop up on a dimensional. And I'm going to take this pale papaya. It's supposed to be pale papaya. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. So I'm going to decide that this is going to go here. And I'm not going to put a dimensional underneath the leaf. And then we're going to tuck this little flower behind. So there we have a little bit more dimension onto this smile, smile, smile card. And you can add some pearls or rhinestones or a little bit of ribbon or something else to the pocket if you wanted. So this page is now done. You can add a little strip if you knew who the people were or what type of horse it was. I don't remember. I just want to keep the photos because I just remember it was a fun day. So then I've cut down this 3x4. So let's back up with one of these photos. I'm not going to cut it, but I wanted to share with you a tip how to get the 3x4 to work. So we have our 4x6 photo, and we have a piece of 3x4 vellum. So this vellum, because it's see-through, you could do this with a window sheet as well, which is like clear plastic. But I mean, you could also use one of the pocket pages to see. But I find that the vellum, this holds up. I've had this around for years. And then you kind of see where you want your balloon to go, trim it off this way, and then you'd match up your vellum to the edge just to double check that's where you want that photo to be cut, and then put it back in your trimmer and then just cut off at 3 inches because it's 3 inches wide and 4 inches high. But I'm not going to cut this photo. This one I want to be 4x6 because it needs to fill this hole. I mean, another thing you could do is you could take this 4x6 piece here, you could cut down. So you could cut this piece here. You could cut, this could go in here and, layer a photo on here. But what I wanted to do was this 4x6, even though it's, a really nice 4x6. Whoopsie. My catalog wants to fall down. Even though it's a really nice 4x6, I felt that it might be good as a little pocket card. So I'm just going to cut this one in half. So then I can go back over here and just slide it in. And so there's my card. And then I have another 3x4 card for either later in the same album or on another project. All right, so what we're going to do though, I shouldn't have put it in there. I mean, it's easy to take out, but we should dress this up just a little, just because it's scrapbooking. Do a little something with it. I don't know if I want any stickers on it. So here's some I grabbed. It's basic gray, bumblebee, evening evergreen, and pale papaya are the colors in this pack. So I also grabbed saffron because I thought it looked kind of similar, but it's not quite. So I think what I'm going to do is I have my tailored tag, or sorry, my label me lovely. The tailored tag punch is my favorite and it's retiring. So I don't quite like that. You could also take some other cards from the pack and cut them up if you wanted. I think I'm going to use that for here. So we're gonna ignore this for just a moment. We're gonna move on to the third little pocket page. So we have 4x6, 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 and an empty. So then I figured this could go there, and do a little punch art. Maybe I will do, well, not punch art, but punching. Maybe we'll use some evening evergreen here. And just go here. And then I kind of like, maybe we'll put this behind. And I think we're going to trim that off just a little. So a lot of it's just like trial and error and see what I like. And you can leave it blank, like just the way it is, not a problem. Or you can spruce it up, your choice. So we're going to cover up these corner pieces with our little basic gray strip. And I find you don't need as much adhesive because you're dealing with a pocket page, so it's already kind of protected. And then we'll put this, a little bit of glue on the back of this, just to keep it on the card. Something like that. And then I have this, I won't forget. I like to trim out some of these little stickers from the sticker sheets. So then when I'm trying to figure out where it goes or where I might want to use it, then I'm not having to peel the sticker off before I'm ready to use it. So now this, won't forget it. I won't forget this day because I know my friend didn't want me to take her photo, so she covered her face. And Susan a Glue Cart was playing that night, and that's when I fell in love with her music. So we have this page is all done. This, sorry, we'll go backwards. So this is done. This is done. Now we have this side to finish. This one's finished. I'm not going in order. This one's done. This one is done until I finish off the words. All right, so back to page 2. So I want to use Hi Friend. And I don't know. I think we might just use a little strip of pale papaya rather than a punched. So let's just do like 1/2 inch. Because I did a banner, I think I'm just going to do a banner again. Just at an angle. It's at the wrong side. Let's try that again. Nice. We're going to do 1/2 inch. And it's going to go this way. That works better. I know I could have flipped this over, but sometimes the trimmer, it doesn't cut as nice. I have an older blade in there. I really should change it. So I find just a little strip of either designer series paper, one of the cards trimmed up, or a little piece of cardstock is just enough to create that little bit of emphasis. I'm going to do a dimensional on the back of this one. I'm going to do 2 of them. Creates that little bit extra dimension or interest to your cards. This one says, Hi Friend. Put it there. I'm going to take this one out. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Just because it's up on a dimensional, you do have to be just a little careful when you're putting it in the thing. So here we have 3 pages back and front done. 15 minutes. That's all it took. It takes a little longer if you're trying to decide exactly which cards, if you're more finicky. But we have Hi there. Then the back, we have a hi friend card. We have smile, smile, smile with some little flower floral stickers. On the back, I'll fill this in by hand. I'll use my handwriting. And then we have two 4x6 photos. And in the back, we have a won't forget card here. All right, so then these, you just take your album, move that out of the way, open up to a spot, and slide them in, and they're ready to look at a later date. And then I just have to find the pictures of the Susan Aguilar concert and slide them in the back. So I told you I'd give you a couple more ideas on how to use this card pack. So I had done this scrapbook page of my, what was it, 4th birthday? Yeah, my 4th birthday. So this one here, I used some cardstock and cut down one of the cards. Here I added those little strips like I have, but I used cards in the pack. And then I added the number 4, and I added a strip of one of the cards there. So that's another idea how you can do a pocket page. So if you had some kids, you can do some quick birthday layouts. If not, then you can do some like little trips that you've done and fill up a 6x8 album fairly easily. So thank you very much for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then I look forward to seeing you next week with a new project.